Hey everybody, it's me, Josh with H.O.P.E, and today we're going to look at different examples and sessions where celebrities and non-celebrities use their own voice from the other side. Hey everybody, it's me, Josh, and I'm bringing you a really cool video today. I've been kind of taking it easy, not doing as many sessions because I've been working on my book. It was this time last year that I said I was going to take a break to try and finish it, and I was about a quarter of the way through. Now I'm only a few chapters away from finishing, but there's still a lot of work that is going into this, and I'd rather take the time now and do the work than look back later on and say I should have done more. There's pictures, there's footnotes, there's all kinds of things. It's going to be over almost 250 pages long. It's a really powerful testimony of my work and my research. So I'm really excited. I know many have expressed excitement in reading it, and I can't wait to get it in your hands. Today I'm showing you a really cool video. It's kind of a composite of different clips, but also some private sessions that I've done recently. As you know, I have used the technique of using other people's voices to try to get them to come through. I connect with them intuitively as a practicing psychic medium. I then try to get them to come to the box. It doesn't always work, but the majority of times for me, it does. And this was a technique that was started by Steve Huff. Steve Huff started using people's voices and getting really powerful responses. So of course I needed to test it and see if it worked, and it worked very well for me. And I've been doing even more to try to develop that. Let's just take a quick look at an example of when I asked for Anthony Bourdain to come through using his voice.
Are you in any kind of place where you are at some point wanting to explore more of the idea of God, or do you have any take on God at this point?
Is he here?
Is he here? Yeah. Yeah.
You stop.
As I said recently, I did a private session for someone who wanted to reach their parents. They sent me a recording of their voices. I was able to chop it up and mix it up so there's no chance of a false positive coming through. And here's a clip of that.
George, I'm just going to ask you, how are you on the other side? Clearly you can say whatever else you want, but I'm going to ask you that question.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a session I did a year ago asking for Bruce Lee. It wasn't enough for a full video, but this is a great opportunity to show you as I connect intuitively first and use the portal alone, and then I use his voice to see if he'll use it. Now you can hear what sounds like Bruce at some point using his own voice, and I even say it in the session. But then I give him his interview mixed up, and through the reverse pedal, actually at that time is when I was doing it, and you will hear responses come through. So let's just go right into that session.
So I have the SCD2 over here. And over there I have a interview of his that we will pipe through the portal in reverse, so it should be gibberish coming through, and see if he can use his own voice. I also have the Panda box and the DR60. I wish to speak with Bruce Lee. And I'm going to connect. I welcome the guides that are participating. I thank you. And always from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Can you use this? Who is that? twice now I've heard contact Bruce Lee. It's also very interesting. So if Bruce wanted to come through for whatever reason, he can't meet me. Why? What would be the reason that Bruce would want to meet? What is he trying to do? Let me try to reach him here. Let me see if I can connect with him. So Bruce Lee, I'm looking for Bruce Lee. I feel like I see him at the door. I feel like I see him. I feel like I see him coming into the room that I have. So Bruce, are you available to talk here? One of those could have been you. What was that? Okay. Hopefully we're still working here. I'm gonna give you two other options to use, Bruce. I see him inside already.
Why don't you?
Alright, so I hear things being mentioned about him, so I feel like we're in that area. So Bruce, please talk to me intuitively as well. I would like for you to use the box. I'm going to give you an opportunity to use your voice, and I'm going to ask you to speak on the recorder if you'd like.
Request by memory.
Bruce Lee, I'm requesting Bruce Lee. That sounded like your voice. I feel like you're telling me something about continue on with what I'm doing. It's important, which is interesting. I don't know about energy, about harnessing energy, which of course I don't know as much about you as I feel like I should. But I've seen a movie on your life, and I've seen other movies that you were in parts of. Okay, so I think we lost the connection. Sorry, hold on. I was just connecting with you intuitively. Okay. You know, as I'm trying to hear you better, clearer, connect with you clearer, my attention still needs to be focused better. But I do feel like there's something that you want to be involved in, or that you're trying to offer some kind of assistance in. I don't know if that's temporary or a one-time thing or something. But there's an interest that you have in this for some reason. We've got the reverse on, we've got his interview here. It's going to be piped in, the reverse pedal is on. So nothing that comes through here on its own is going to be discernible. It's all going to be gibberish. His voice though, his tone of voice, but gibberish. So Bruce, I'm inviting you now. Only Bruce Lee, only for Bruce Lee to use this. Okay. Bruce, I'm thanking you for coming through. I'm very grateful, and I'm going to review this. So it takes me some time to review these. Even though I can hear some of this in real time and connect with you intuitively, the real deeper messages I'll get when I review this footage and go over it. So if there's anything that you're saying now that you want me to hear, to understand more of why you're coming through, why you requested to come through, please say that now. All right, Bruce, I'm going to turn on the Panabox for just a few moments to end this session. And I thank you so much. Anything else you want to say?
All right. Thank you, Bruce.
As you can hear, it sounds like Bruce came through. The guides were talking about him. It sounded like he wanted to work with me, or he wanted to express some kind of, I don't know, interest in what I was doing. Yet at the same time, it sounded like he was kind of pissed off that I brought him there, asking why he was brought there. Let me show you some other examples from the last few years of getting people to come through, celebrities, using their own voices, chopping up so that none of their words from the interview can come through. Again, no false positives.
Can you use this? What is the message? Have you seen the light? Have you felt any presence of God in any way? If there's anything that you want to say to your followers, to your fans, they miss you, of course. If there's anything that you want to say to them, what would that be? Miss you. Sounded like you said you missed them already. Again, this is for your fans. So many people asked. They love and miss you very much, little peep. I'll also say a prayer for you. Anything else that you want to say? So Chadwick Boseman, can you use this? Are you here? Hello. I hear that, and I heard something else. I heard you use it. I love you, and I am so grateful for you teaching me and validating for me all that I have been learning in this research. Is there anything that you want to say?
And here I am going to show you examples of when spirits came through using their own voice without me having to give it to them. I did a private session for a woman named Elaine. Her mother Mary came through.
Okay. Here she comes now. Can you answer if you were in that dream, Mary? Did you visit her in a dream? I'm trying to get a better visual on her. I did. An English woman's accent just said, I did.
That was on her own, using her own voice. How it's possible, I do not know. Here's another example of a woman, Celeste, that heard her mom's voice coming through and identified it right away.
Doing a private session, trying to reach Roger, her father. Okay, hold on. This is picking up a little feedback from the phone.
Masking for Roger. Can you come through?
I take it you're not in any pain anymore? Do you stay at...
Oh my goodness.
That sounded like...
That was my mom's voice and I have goosebumps. Wow.
Now I will show you that private session I've done recently where the woman sent me a recording, an old recording from 1983 of both of her parents, very brief recording. I'm able to chop it up to the point that it's just frenetic sounds. I then have the client on the phone and we invite her parents to use. Now, in all of these sessions, I have to connect intuitively first, and then I use the box alone without their voice, just to kind of get the guides warmed up, and you will hear the guides always talking about them or the spirit themselves saying they're ready before I use their own voice.
And I'm going to visually connect with George and Macrina. So George and Macrina, I'm inviting you now. And I ask that you have patience. Bear with me. I'm going to try and visually connect with you, intuitively connect with you. Okay. All right, when you're ready, go ahead.
All right. Dad, do you think my upcoming move is a good idea?
Okay, I think we're getting something going here. I don't know. George, please, if you can. I mean, there's a few different things that have to happen here. I hope and trust that the guides are helping with you. You've used these boxes before. You've come through before. So I feel like you have some kind of knowledge, a little bit, or just that you've at least tried this before. What is it that you would like to say on your own to Susan, if you can? Okay, hold on. All right, go ahead.
Daddy, is there any advice that you want to give me right now?
George, I'm just going to ask you, how are you on the other side? Clearly you can say whatever else you want, but I'm going to ask you that question. Okay, so these sound like some of these are answers. We're going to go another quick round giving you an opportunity, and then we're going to go to Macrina. So I'm going to ask another couple questions. I'm going to reset the audio now.
Dad, any advice about my moving? Should I move back home?
All right, we're going to give Macrina a shot to talk here. Let me just give her time to get into the chair or get to where she needs to be. Go ahead and ask a question.
Mom, do you have any words of encouragement for me?
All right, hold on. Go ahead.
Mom, do you have any advice to give me?
Macrina, what else would you like to say to your daughter? Wow, that really sounded like something here. So when you're ready, go ahead, Susan.
Mom, have you seen your brothers?
Okay.
As you can hear, these responses were powerful. The father comes through. He says something, and then later on he kind of says, I said something I shouldn't have, or I feel bad about it. He misses her. The mom, in her voice, saying that, we've never used this before. Is that why we're seeing the dead phone ring? There's some device on the other side that they're having to use. Got some lightning over me here. Now, here's an example of me doing a private session from months ago where we are asking for a young girl who died at 19 from drugs. We're asking her to come through. And as I am, I hear my dog bark, and then a young woman says, "I'm kissing the dog," which is just mind-blowing, just validating that the dog is barking because she's kissing him, and I'm hearing it through the box.
I invite you to come forward. She's looking to communicate with you. She wants to know about your death and about how you are. All right, so I just heard a young woman's voice and I had to mute the phone because the dog was barking.
Months later, I do another private session, and I ask for her from her friend. Her friend wanted to do a private session as well for her, and we do, but she had a little recording of her voice, so I use that to chop it up. And it sounds just like the voice that comes through months prior when I didn't have her voice at all. So powerful.
Go ahead and just ask her if she's here. Like, just talk to her. Just ask. I ask the guides if they can help. Bring her forward. The window. I'm looking at the window. Are you at the window, or I'm inviting you to come in and sit down with me? If you're over, you can use this. Why don't you ask a specific question?
Do you visit my children?
Where are you? She's asking questions. She's trying to connect. All right, let's try this. I'm going to ask you a question, but I've got your voice here, and I'm going to see if maybe you can try and use it. I'm going to ask you just one or two, like 2 questions, trying to use it. Can you use your own voice? Okay. Hold on. Okay. She also asked about how the other side is. Anything you can say about that?
Wonderful examples of how Spirit is able to not only use their voice when I provide it for them, when I intuitively connect and then give them their voice. It's kind of just a wonderful opportunity for them, but at rare times they can use their own voice on their own coming through. It's just so amazing. And I'm so grateful to be able to bring it to you guys. I love you, and I'm so appreciative. I'm going to have more videos coming up. I asked for George Floyd. I asked for Kobe again briefly. I'll be asking for Art Bell soon. So keep checking me out. I love you all. Until next time.